Hey fellas, 265 Chevy here, 2-car garage. I want to show y'all something. Take a look at these racks. This is a before. Little mini project I've been doing here and there. Took one of these apart and brought it downstairs. Needed more storage in my garage. So I'm going to show you what I did with it. 5 shelves. It's 2 by 4 feet. And I'll tell you the reason why I did it. I'll be back later. Hey fellas, I'm back. And there's Zeke. And we downstairs. Doing a little work down here. That's what I wanted to show you. About 2 weeks in the making. An hour here, an hour there. So you saw the shelving units upstairs. That's what they look like. This is what it looks like today. And like I said, upstairs from the attic, I brought it upstairs, downstairs from the attic, and I needed more room and needed more storage. So that's going to go right here next to that cabinet. And the way I kind of do things, y'all know I'm doing that kitchen. And I got tools. And I get pretty upset and I get pretty pissed off, to be honest with you, when I got to start moving all kind of stuff to look for stuff. I can't stand that. I like certain things in certain areas. Well, this is great. I love this thing. You know, but it's full to the brim. So I got to move this, that, and every other thing to find a, jigsaw or this, and I got paint guns mixed up with woodworking tools, and so I need a little bit better organization. So I built this. And yeah, I could have just brought the gray one down and shoved and put it all together, but no, that's not my style. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it look better. So I painted the boards, put plexiglass on top of it for easy cleaning on all 5. You know, did a 2-tone paint job on it, blue and black. You can see right there. Kind of 2-toned it, and then it goes all black. Came out good. I mean, it ain't perfect, but you know, this is all done with duplicolor spray cans. So didn't feel like hanging out the spray because I was never doing it an hour here and an hour there. That's why it took so long, because I mean I'm pretty much working on the kitchen. So my whole idea, and that's what I wanted for this video to be about, was to show you that, but also, you know, 265 Chevy's going to change some things up. I'm going to show you something else in a second, but tell you a story also. When I was doing that shelving unit, I got kind of really pretty pissed off, to be honest with y'all. You know, I was out here trying to, you know, hour here, hour there, you know, just trying to get it done, sanding it and stuff like that. You know, I sanded like 2 or 3 times or whatever, so the paint, you know, grip, cleared it. Some nights I was out here, and I was painting it right here on those sawhorses. Y'all can see the blue. Spraying it, wind blowing, spray going all in my face. Had to stop, rain, stuff like that. There was always something. Always something that made me stop doing whatever I was doing just because I was trying to get an hour or so in. So I went and sat in that chair over there, petting Zeke. I was looking in this garage. I got a bunch of, the way I was going to do it is like when I'm working on the kitchen, since that's my major project and that's what's going to take up most of my time, I was going to do small projects like this. You know, I was going to just do the little bitty things that I know I could get finished or whatever, that get some things accomplished. Well, this thing right here kind of changed my attitude. My attitude has changed to a point where, from this point forward, it's all going to be about the bird. I got to be able to get the bird out of here. It ain't going to get painted, but it's got to be able to run, put the hood back on it, the fenders, put everything back together, and be able to drive this car out of this yard and be able to have work area in my garage. It's been way too long. So from this point forward, any hours that I put down here, it's going to be on the Firebird. Started off with, and here's the story. Here's a T5 transmission. Brought it somewhere to, just wanted, it wasn't broken. I mean, it all went to all the gears and everything. You know, did have some problems going into reverse, and so the synchronizer is a little worn. Found that they had like a, where is it? There's a bearing behind here that's got, you know, it's not really bad, but it is starting to go bad. So got a guy to look at it, and he came up and took probably about 2 weeks, and finally he came up. I called him, and he says, well, come on over and I'll show you what's wrong with it. I said, okay. So I went over there, and he said that, you know, told me about the bearing, he told me about the synchronizer right here, that, you know, it's kind of worn. That's the reverse synchronizer, that those need to be changed. It's like a semi-rebuild. So we went and sat in the office, and he said, you know, he looked in a book, he says about 7.5 hours. So I was thinking, okay, 7.5 hours. So he gave me a quote with parts and labor and everything, you know, close to $900 and something. And I told him I didn't have the money for that. I mean, I don't have $900 and something. One thing I wanted to do was freshen it up and throw it back in the car. It worked. So he says, oh, well, take your time, you know, wait a couple of months or whatever, you know, you should get the money up or whatever. I said, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll pick it up tomorrow. He goes, no, you can leave it here. I said, well, it's going to take me a few months if I even decide to do it. I might just throw it back in the car. So just put it back together and I'll just use it as is. So I went home, went and picked it up the next day, got on YouTube, watched the guy. He did that same transmission under 2 hours. Under 2 hours. And as a matter of fact, the guy even said that, you know, he goes, I'll tell you what, I'll cut you a deal. You know, instead of 7.5, I only charge you 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours. He's cutting me a deal. The dude don't even know me. And all of a sudden, he's my best buddy. He's gonna cut money. 7.5 hours. Don't y'all think, fellas, that he was charging to take that transmission out of my car, even though I brought him that transmission in hand? 7.5 hours, really? So that's not me. I got pissed off again. So I took the son of a bitch apart. I went on YouTube, watched a bunch of videos, found out what I needed. I went and bought the set. I'm gonna rebuild this son of a bitch myself. If I can rebuild motors, I can rebuild the transmission. Bought some tools. It took me a little while to, you know, to get these things that I needed. So I bought some stools, you know, thread chasers and stuff like that. Well, I needed to do that for when I do the 327. So I bought that. Bought a bearing separator set. But what I needed most was this. And I got a 2-ton shop press. And I need to put that together. If I looked at it, if I'm going to spend almost $1,000 for somebody to do 2.5 hours work, I'd rather spend the money on myself and buy the tools that I need, that I can use it on other stuff. You know, I'm just getting fed up with people that, you know, I mean, I understand that they need to get paid, but when they want to just ream you in the ass and just, you know, if he would have came up and says, look, you know, the parts, and he was right, the parts, what he quoted me on the parts was somewhat correct. His was like $250 or $260, I got mine for $212. So he had a little markup. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. And if you would have threw it on there, $100 an hour, another $200 to rebuild it, I brought it to you because I didn't want to do it. I don't have no time to do it. I'm rebuilding all kind of other stuff. I don't have time to stop and do all these other things if I want to get other things done. So I figured I would pay somebody. That shit don't work out. You try to pay somebody, the only thing they want to do is fuck you. Excuse me, parental guidance. So that leads me to where I'm at today. I'm going to work on that kitchen. I'm pretty much going to do that fucking kitchen by myself, you know, with a help of a friend. And as long as it takes me, that's what it takes me. You know, I'm going to do this transmission. I'm going to watch it on YouTube. If anybody needs any info on this, I got a perfect place for you to buy the stuff. They're willing to help you out. They even gave me a DVD on how to rebuild the damn thing. I could play the DVD while I'm rebuilding it. What more can you ask for? A monkey could do it. So I guess, you know, I'm here to show you a little bit of everything that I'm doing, but I guess I'm here also ramping a little bit. Because people, you know, what you going to do? But that's where I'm at, that's what I'm doing, and that's where it's going to be until something else changes. So y'all wish me luck. Keep on watching my channel. Hopefully, you know, this ain't going to be done in a day, fellas. And, you know, you like it, fine. If you know, other people don't like it, that's still fine. I'll come down here and work when I can and do what I can. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, doing a lot of different things. But I got to get this bird out of here. I got to be able to move it so I can do the little things that I want to do in a garage, in a spot that I have room to do stuff. I'm tired of doing it out there in the yard, in the sun, in the heat, in the wind. Like my car breaks down, I can bring it in here and do it in the garage. I don't have to worry about the weather and stuff. So that's what my goal is. Not putting a time frame on it. Not doing any of that stuff. I ain't going to stress myself out over it. But this is where I'm going to first start on. Is rebuild this transmission. And you know me. I'm not gonna cheap out on anything. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna try to do it half-ass or whatever. I'm gonna do it right. You know, and clean all the parts and do everything it needs to do. And I'll throw some videos out there. So y'all to see how I'm doing. This place is a wreck. I had to rebuild some hinges and everything for the doors upstairs. So, you know, so I had to find a bunch of drill bits and all kind of other stuff. Here's the other parts of the transmission. But just taking some measurements. All right, fellas, that's it. Y'all have a good day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I didn't work in the house today. Came to here, I wanted to finish this. I got to move stuff around so I can set up that press. I think that press is going to go over there somewhere. That white cabinet's going to go here, and all the paint and stuff is going to go in here. A lot of stuff's going to come out of here and going to go in there. So I'm going to have my paint in one area, my automotive tools in one area, my woodworking tools in another area. So and just try to get, you know, stuff done that way. But yeah. Oh, is that the life or what, huh? God. You just don't know how lucky he's got it. All tired of doing nothing. But he's up all night protecting what I own. Can't ask for more than that. He's one of my best buddies. All right, people. Y'all have a good day. Later. All right, fellas. Let us figure out, give y'all a look at where it sits. That's the location of it. That's where it's going to go. Now, this is going to get painted eventually. That was one of my things that I was going to do. But that's on hold now. Laying in the tank. Gotta have enough room for my workbench. The workbench can be moved and stuff. So, I just wanted to give y'all the last look. Alright, fellas, later.